The other month, I bought the Shure twinplex TL47, which is about $500, and that's a lav mic we're talking about. So right now for this video, I'm sort of questioning whether or not that was a wise choice. Probably not, but I want to do a mic comparison with other lav mics that I've gotten. And the first one that I'm using right now is the lav mic that comes with the Zoom F2, and that's what I'm going to be using to record this whole video as well. Although I am questioning whether or not I should try out the Zoom H1 to see if there's any difference whatsoever between these two. But right now I have the clip here and my shirt is hiding the lav mic. Let me go ahead and remove it so you guys can see it. And now it's more visible, but it's gonna make my shirt look weird. But this is just how it sounds while it's being visible instead of behind my shirt. So let's talk about the lineup. Right now we got the power device, which is about $35 for a set of two. Then we have the Sennheiser ME2 Mark II. That's what I believe they're called. These were about $130. And then we have the Shure twinplex. So this is a big range right here from 35 to this thing was about 200 something. So with the lav mic, I don't know what the lav mic would be sold separately, but I'm gonna guess it's cheaper than the Sennheiser one, and then the Shure. So let's go ahead and test them. This is not gonna be a very thorough test. This is just gonna be me curious about my purchase, whether or not it was worth it. And I'm gonna talk to the camera with them, and then we'll find out which one I think sounds the best. And you guys can also let me know in the comments which you think sounds the best too. So let's go ahead and change this up. Right now you can still see the clip, but it is hidden under my shirt near an area that it would be if we use tape. So hopefully that doesn't make a huge difference. Testing, testing. Okay, now we have a signal from the power device. I think when I was recording earlier, I wasn't even talking into it at all. So it requires this thing right here to attach to this device, both the Zoom devices. I'm guessing that the normal one connects to an Android phone. This is how the power device lav mic sounds with the Zoom F2, and it's being displayed outside. So this is how the hidden version would sound for the power device lav mic. I clearly was not speaking into it before and did not pay attention, so that's how it sounds. Okay, we are now talking into the Sennheiser lav mic, the one that usually comes with that wireless transmitter thing, but I just bought it solo so I can test it out. The difference between a lav mic and the other mics is that a lav mic gives you more flexibility, and that's what I want. I want the ability to be able to move wherever I want in frame and still have the same audio quality. So let's go ahead and hide this. Again, I know this isn't the best test. It's mainly just for myself, but I'm just showing you guys and taking you guys along the way. So right now it's inside my shirt. You can see the clip though, and my shirt probably looks ugly, but whatever. So this is how it sounds, and I honestly think, if I were to guess, I would guess that the Sennheiser one sounds way better than the other two, just because it's a lot more expensive. But I'm just mainly curious about the $500 one, the twinplex. We have finally gotten to the Shure twinplex. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear a significant difference or if I'm going to be able to hear a significant difference, but I really hope that I do, because this thing is a special order from B&H and you can't return it. So I'm about to tell you guys whether or not I regret buying it or not. And one thing I noticed from even before when I tested it out the first time when I got it, this thing records at an input level that's a lot lower than the other ones. So I don't know if that's a matter of this thing not being good enough for it, or maybe because I got the microdot version, which you have to connect to a microdot to TRS connector. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong in this whole setup. And I just don't know. Okay, now it's hidden under my shirt, and this is how it sounds with the Shure twinplex. Again, I hope it sounds really good. I just want to be able to walk around and talk without worrying about audio. That's my main concern. I mentioned it before, I'll say it again. And if this one does a better job, I really, really hope this one does a better job, because buying a $500 lav mic is not a wise move if it doesn't sound as good as the other ones. Let's hope that I'm just like going crazy, and the first time I tested it, I just compared it to my other microphones that are generally better than lav mics, so that was probably the issue instead of, yeah. So let's figure out which lav mic sounds the best, and let's hope that the $500 one sounds the best. Okay, so now we have the regular Zoom mic that it comes with. Set the level to 50 on this H1 Zoom device. Okay, well, this is supposed to be a speed run, so this is how it sounds with the H1. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the levels on this twinplex thing is actually going to around -12. It's peaking at -12 instead of like being super low like with the Zoom F2 device. If you guys know the answer to that, just let me know. This one's recording at 24-bit and 48 kilohertz, so that's 48 kilohertz and a 32-bit float. So yeah, this is how it sounds with the Zoom H1, the Shure twinplex. I think this is a flat cap and not the presence cap. So this is how it sounds overall, and hopefully it sounds good compared to the other ones. I can't even compare it to the Sennheiser one because of the way this thing is blocking the rest of it. Sometimes you just want to do spontaneous videos like this one. This is not planned, like this is not in my schedule. I schedule like everything, so this one was completely spontaneous, and clearly I'm not very good at that, so just gotta practice. This table's a mess. I don't know if I spent that $500 well. All right, let's go ahead and move to checking out how this sounds in post. All right, this thing should be recording. I'm not using my phone at the moment. This desk is kind of high. All right, guys, I have listened to all the samples and have made my decision. I think I sort of do regret buying this microphone. So first thing I'll say is I do think that the Shure twinplex sounds the best when in the correct placement. I think when I first talked and introduced the twinplex, when it was out of my shirt, it sounded worse than when it was like hidden in my shirt. I think that's just because the mic position changed. Same thing for the other microphones actually. For some reason I preferred each of them while they were like this. You can't see the microphone, it's hidden inside of my shirt. And I'm not sure why. I was listening with my Audio-Technica not AT4040, God, I say that so much. Okay, I was listening with the Audio-Technica ATH M50Xs and also with my MacBook speakers. Honestly, the thing that surprised me the most was that I actually preferred the Power Device lav mic over the Sennheiser one, which I didn't expect to prefer it, but I just do for some reason. The Sennheiser ones aren't bad, but they have more sibilance and they just have a stronger, higher end than these two. And to me, that turns me off. I just don't like that sound. It sounds too harsh for me. Maybe it's my speakers, maybe it's my headphones, but just me personally, I don't like it when it sounds harsh like that. And maybe it's also just my voice. Maybe my voice is better suited for these two lav mics, but it's just crazy because the Power Device ones, you get two for like somewhere around $35 versus the Sennheiser one, which is $130. And I prefer the other one, the much cheaper one, which is again crazy. Also the F2, definitely the lowest, definitely the worst in my opinion. It was the most muddy and it just sounded the least clear to me. I just did not like it as much. It's not terrible, but it's not what I would use out of these four. For sure, I would use the twinplex the most, assuming it's in the best positioning, and that's like for all of these lav mics. So I just need to learn how to place it better. I'm new at this, by the way. I don't really use lav mics. I mainly use stuff like dynamic mics, stuff like condenser mics, large diaphragm condenser mics, mainly used for voiceover, and boom mics. So lav mics are a newer experience for me, so I'm learning as I go. Assuming I learn and grow and gain more experience with using these microphones, I'll I can make a better comparison. But just as a beginner, as someone who's decided to purchase these microphones out of the blue because of compulsion, I do think that this sounds the best, but I do not think it's worth the money that I had to pay to get it, basically. So basically a $20 sort of lav mic, because it was like $35 for two, versus a $500 lav mic. And is this one $400 better than that one? In my opinion, not really. I think I would have been okay with the sound of the Power Device lav mic for some of my videos, for my vlog videos. Like, those ones don't require super high-end, high-quality audio, so but I mean, I have this and I can't return it, so I'm gonna use it, and it sounds good as long as it's positioned correctly. So yeah, part of me regrets it, but it doesn't matter now. There's no point in regretting it, so let's carry on. So that's the verdict, guys, and I'm sorry you had to suffer through that video, but if you learned something from it, maybe give it a like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for me on how I can potentially do these tests better, or if you're curious about anything that I happen to have, just let me know in the comments below and I'll try my best to get back to you guys. For now, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.